First of all, everybody, welcome to Live in the Renovation Room. Our, se- our
Yeah.
series that we started in late 2024 and leading off 2025, introducing the Renovation Room to our great contractors and professionals. We want our community of now more than 36,000 people to meet face to face and get
Yeah.
to know a lot of these names they see every day in that feed. We want you guys to get to know a lot of these great businesses and people more because everybody has great stories on how they started their business and some personal stories that they want to share. But Tim
Yes.
Beene is another one of the ones I lump
Hmm.
in that category of young superstars. He
I appreciate it.
I've had some great conversations with this young man. He's a young family man. I'm sure he'll tell you guys about himself. Congratulations on your newborn, I believe, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. I appreciate that. Yep.
Yeah, young
Congrats.
father here, young
Thank you.
businessman. Out here, and I've had a great few conversations with him. Even on, some. I was honored that he asked me. I needed to talk about when I told her about when me and you had the conversation about mentorship and just
Yes.
sharing. I
Oh
basically
yeah.
sharing some of our ups and downs on how we can, over 20 years, and me working with her in our business and sharing with you and your significant other. So
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
without further ado, I'd like to introduce everybody to my brother Tim Beene from Beeneficial LLC.
Yeah,
Pronouncing it wrong, correct me, please.
I
But
like.
y'all see, he's like an artist. When
He took over. I was gonna do
go
Nah,
this,
ahead, go
but
ahead, go
he
that was,
took over.
nah,
So I love it.
he did a great job. Appreciate
He
that.
did.
Okay.
So welcome,
Thank
welcome,
you.
welcome,
Thank
Tim.
you. It's an
So
honor and
can
a
you
pleasure.
tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Where do we start? As far as just me myself, um, I'll say I'm 36. I've been in resurfacing. I've been doing this for about 8 years. I'll say give or take about a year. Um, and I absolutely love it. I mean, I think, not unknowingly, I've been doing this for like, I guess, many years before I actually started doing it as a profession. I used to always take my like old end tables, and they'd be kind of dinged up. Instead of throwing them out, I just like I researched how to paint, scuff them up, clean them up, and I use a spray can and spray them, and they look brand new. So that was something that was like a hobby for me. Like I guess any type of painting. I didn't paint shoes. I done painted some of my motorcycles. And this is all using spray cans and different stuff like that. So I didn't realize how much painting was therapy for me. So when I stumbled
Mm.
upon this career path, it was like a God given gift, like literally. So I was blown away, and I just wanted to put my all into learning everything about it. So
I love
yeah,
that. And you said you started this a long time ago, but you officially started Beneficial LLC
right.
when?
I will say 2020 was like the
Okay.
concept is when I finally came up with the name, and then I officially stamped it in 2021.
Okay.
So that's when I formed the LLC, and then yeah, so coming up with the name was everything about it. I just really tried to really put my all into it because I knew it wasn't like a quick cash thing. So I really wanted to I took years trying to figure out like a good name and different stuff like that
Mhm.
and the route I wanted to take. So it started to come along. Yeah, I would say about 3 years ago, and
Okay.
yeah, so
And you said you did shoes. You painted
I've done it
shoes.
all. I got stuff laying around now. My interior, the inside of my car, like I will paint everything. I'll paint any and everything. And my fiance, it drives her crazy, but she's like, you know what? I'm gonna leave him alone. But so I
So
literally
I
paint
have.
everything.
So fun fact. Fun fact. I love to redo a lot of the stuff in the house.
Yeah.
Like that's how I got started. And doing event planning,
Yeah.
I spray paint a lot of stuff.
Wow.
So when you have a color scheme and you only have one color, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to spray paint
Yeah.
this. And that's what we learned, that you can make things beautiful because that's basically what they doing in the stores
Yep.
anyway,
Yep.
is spray painting that stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, I spray painted some tables. I like our curtain rods.
Right.
They used to be
Right.
one color. I love that. So to see that, that I'm not doing something crazy,
Right.
is rewarding
Yeah.
for me.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about what was the first thing that you started resurfacing as a
Uh,
business.
whew, it goes back so far. Let's see. As a business, I would say the very first thing was tubs. So
Okay.
so when I first started, it was a company, so they taught me pretty much everything, and I guess it was a win for both sides because even coming in as like a beginner, not knowing anything about resurfacing, I did have some, I guess, skill level by me using spray cans. I already know the form, the pattern, and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
um, I use a gun to refinish. So it's pretty much the same concept when it
Okay.
comes down to prepping, cleaning, and covering up your surrounding. I already had a leg up on that just by, I guess, it being a hobby. So it
Yeah.
was tubs. So when I first started with the company, the first thing you want to learn is, I guess, like covering up the prep work. So you
Oh, that's the big
yeah.
work that people
Oh
sleep on.
man, because I mean, I don't care how good the product is. If you don't prep something right, you'll ruin the actual finish. So
Yeah.
prepping is like, it's everything. It's like where all of my efforts go to, and then of course the skill has to be within painting and the product you're using. But at the same
Right.
time, prep working is like, yeah, you can't get around it. So I don't cut any corners when I'm prepping and nothing like that. But that was the first step. When I learned how to prep, I learned it in
Yeah.
like 2 weeks. I mastered it. I mean, covering up, cleaning, patchwork, all that stuff. I learned it really fast, so I was able to spray a little sooner, a little faster than the average person. So yeah,
Okay.
so when I seen the opportunity, I was just like, this is it. I seen a future in it, so I put my all into it. And I seen where a lot of people that didn't like last, I seen that they really was thinking about money and different stuff like that, and they
Mm.
really didn't enjoy it. So that's what differentiated, or that's what made me different
Hmm.
than a lot of people. So
So tell me, how many spray guns did you go through to
oh,
get to the right one?
you know what? Actually, that's a very good question. So I will tell you, I'm using the same things that I've used 8 years ago. So
Really?
and so I
Okay.
guess kudos goes to the guy who taught me. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Because nobody
yeah.
told me.
So everything that I taught, I learned it from a company. I would say most. So the basics of resurfacing, refinishing, I learned from the company.
Mhm.
He introduced me to the product and to the equipment. And he used some of the top of the line equipment. So, but as far as that,
Right.
I did learn. I would say I learned about 70% of my own through trial and error, just because
Hmm.
I was taught the basics and I was thrown out there.
Okay.
And I kind of like advanced really fast, so I had a workload that was like the average person honestly wouldn't have been able to like keep up or even learn or deal with it. But like I said, I had a mind and I really wanted. I seen a future in it, so I put my all into it. So I kind of
Hmm.
took off in like a weird kind of way, like one of those unnormal kind of ways.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you said that you had some like mentors or people that was
Hmm.
training you. Is that who helped you like really get started? Because you said you started with just like doing a couple of spray painting
Yeah.
things. And when did you realize that you had a gift or you had a skill? Is
I would
that
say, I would say I realized that about close to 15 years ago. Like after I painted my first motorcycle with a pair
yeah?
with some few spray cans, I like put details on it and everything. So when I seen that outcome, I was like, wow. So it was
Okay,
that
where
long ago.
are the pictures of
Oh,
that? You got
it's
pictures of
somewhere in the
that?
old Motorola flip. Like, I have the phone somewhere, but yeah, I have to find it because it was just amazing. But even all the way back then, as soon as I started
Mhm.
painting stuff and I seen the outcome, I realized then I had something. I just didn't think to like, oh, you can make a profit out of it. You know,
Right.
you can do something with it. I was so young and still trying to figure out what I can do. I was trying to survive. You know how it is. We run through so many different type of jobs when we're young. We're trying to figure it out. So it never crossed my path to do it as a job. Because to be honest, I like construction. I love construction actually. So all the different
Okay.
trades, like electrician, plumbing, towers, I love it. But I never can do it. I
Hmm.
tried it. It's not for me. So I didn't like carrying the heavy equipment and stuff like that. So it never worked out. But when it came to painting,
Right.
it's different. It's a special kind of painting. I don't even like interior wall painting to be honest, but I can do it. Yeah, it's got to be something crazy and cool. It got to be a real tough challenge for me. So I like all of that stuff. It's weird.
Oh wow. Okay. So you do like the specialty
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so you said your first job in your business was refinishing a
Yeah,
tub?
so I started off with tubs. Like side jobs was like kind of
Hmm.
tubs. When I was still working for the company, I was doing like a couple tubs here and there. But for them, I started right off doing cabinets and countertops. So
Okay.
were doing we were doing probably about like the first, I would say after the first month of me training and learning, I was doing on my own like 2-bedroom apartments to where like I'm painting a whole kitchen and cabinets, like cabinets, countertops, and bathroom vanities, cabinets, and countertops. I was doing that maybe like
Mhm.
2 days. So I was a beginner, but I was flipping apartments in like 2 days. So it was crazy insane. We had like 400 to 500 apartment units on the property. That was the contract. So that's what I came into. So we flipped about 3 units a week. So there's 3 kitchens, 3 bathrooms, sometimes a loft. So it was insane. It was insane.
And you were doing this like
Yeah.
spraying
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's a high pressure sprayer, so it's not your average HLVP. So it's HVLP.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your average
Yes.
sprayer that you see guys that paint the walls indoors. That it's a
Mm-hmm.
sprayer, but mine's a high pressure sprayer. So typically, I can't spray out any paint that's in the stores and stuff like that. It's more related to like automotive paint. So a very liquid,
Oh.
very fine paint, and it miss out. So it's some cool stuff.
That's what I was
Oh
gonna say.
my.
You actually do car interiors too, right?
I want see the thing, Calvin, is I want to start doing it, but I gotta be patient because if I start to do it now, I'll go crazy
Yeah.
just because it's because everything else, like everything is going really well to where like I'm getting calls every day, and the business is really going really well. So I can't really venture off into all the other stuff I want to do. So, but eventually, yes, and it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to do interior and not
Yeah.
exterior? I'm
Yeah, so
confused.
interior cars. So I have a guy. He sell product and he paint interior leather on cars. So he paint the seats, the dashboard, the steering wheel. This guy is going crazy. He paints like these expensive cars. Yeah,
Really?
and it's some really great product. Like, and one thing about me is whatever I venture off into and do, I want to make sure I'm using like the best product because
Quality
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Because I want it to be something that someone gets done one time and it'll last and be beautiful for many years. So I'm really big on that. So I've introduced like what is it called interior no sorry garage floors, like the epoxy flake
Yes.
system.
So you're doing
Yes,
that now too.
I've done a couple
Okay.
last year, but I still wasn't fully advertising. But I think this year, spring and summertime, I'm gonna experience doing a lot more.
So are you doing the epoxy that people like with the shiny epoxy or the epoxy that you get like with the chips and
So both,
stuff?
both.
Okay.
So the chips, it's like but I like the full flake system. Like Home Depot kits are okay when you're doing it
Yeah.
yourself, but I don't think it's something that someone wants to pay for and buy because I've seen it doesn't last too long. It's not like the
Yeah.
best. I've bought some stuff and used myself in the stores, and certain things it doesn't do what it say. So I
Right.
wouldn't feel comfortable doing a job and having someone pay for something that I don't think that'll last. But
Right.
yeah, similar to that, it looks more like a showroom floor, like the product that I use. So I've done a couple, and it's amazing. It looks beautiful.
Okay, so we're gonna have to have you come and do
Yeah,
our garage
yeah,
because
absolutely, absolutely.
before I did I'm telling you because I love to paint for whatever reason. But when we lived in
Uh-huh.
Dalton, I did our garage door. I mean, our
Uh-huh.
garage floor, and with the little sprinkle chips
Yeah,
and stuff. I
yeah.
loved it because we did a great job. Well, I did a great
Right, right.
job because I did it by
Oh,
myself.
wow.
But it was great then. But now Kim was like, "Yeah, I don't want that type of in this house." I was
Yeah.
like, "Really?" I really thought it was. So I think it's nice. Now I have seen some jobs that have not been as nice,
Uh-huh.
and I do see that high gloss epoxy.
Mhm.
So I know that there are different. I don't know what's going on with him in this phone. There has
Uh,
been different types. So I don't know what type to get, but I definitely know that I want to try something
yeah.
in the garage. I want to redo the garage, make it more
Yeah.
funky, and make it look more, like a part of the
Right,
house.
absolutely. And I mean, there's so much stuff.
Now,
I can also recommend something if you're pretty handy and you've done it before, I can recommend you to like some of the best product you can use, and you can maybe do it yourself too. So I'm
I don't
well,
want to do it
well,
myself. I
well,
want you to do
I'm ready
it.
for you guys there. So, but I'm all about saving money. So that's another thing. That's the biggest thing about my business too. Like, I want you to be able to, if you don't want to, even if you can afford to make like go buy something brand new. If you don't,
Yeah.
if you want to save time, money, that's why I come in place, because it's not just like a quick alternative. It's a quick flip, but it's something that's gonna last like 10 years plus, and it's gonna look great. So I think a lot of people they hear me explain it, and it's like until they get it done to see for themselves, they're like, oh, okay, he was telling the truth, you know.
Yeah.
So tell me about your countertop
uh,
resurfacing.
yeah.
What type of countertops do you
So
resurface?
any countertop, any material, granite, quartz, formica, wood. Um, there's not many stone, but tile. So the countertop product I use and the method I use is actually durable enough to go on floors too. And I don't advertise that enough. I've done a few, but yes, it go on floors.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on shower wall tiles. It can pretty much go on anything. Yeah.
Hmm.
And see, I was wondering because the cheap side of me, because we have so much tile in our
Yeah.
bathroom, and I was like, can we just paint over this time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do people do
Yeah.
that?
Absolutely. All the time. Well, I've been doing it for 8 years. Honestly, I would say out of all the jobs that I do, uh, I would say I can't even count more than 3 fingers on time I have to return. And it's been, maybe it's something I think
Mm.
that happened with the client. Maybe like, for example, a guy came in toweling and he was like a careless worker. He dropped something on instead of putting the tarp down, it was a few days after I finished, he dropped something. But other than that, I don't hear back from my customers. I give warranties, residential up to 5 years. And
Oh
then
wow.
and it's
Okay.
and I'm confident that it'll be 10 years plus with the proper care and stuff like that. So I literally don't get calls back. If I was to get a call back, say even 3 out of 10 tubs that I do, I probably would not do it anymore, because I'm like, this not working out. You know what I mean?
So so tell me like the steps, okay, for the tub
uh,
refinishing. So tell me like when you go, like what do you do, the process, and how long it takes from the beginning
okay.
to the end.
So a tub can be anywhere from, I would say, about 2 hours to 4 hours.
Okay.
Worst case, up to 6 hours. So if a tub has never been coated before and it's just not shiny anymore, maybe have some chips or anything like that, I've even had to do brand new tubs. So I go in, I assess it. If it hasn't been painted, only thing I need to do is remove all like silicone. So even if it's a fresh bead of caulk, if it's silicone, I have to remove it because tape will not stick to it and paint will not stick to it. So I remove all the caulk, all the silicone. I scrape all the dust, or if it's any dirt, soap scum, I scrape all of that off, and then I give the tub a mild acid wash. So I etch it. I etch it with a mild acid. Um, yeah, so
Okay.
that cleans up all the grease, all the grime, everything. Gets the tub bare, and it
Mm-hmm.
etches it into prepared for paint. So once that's done, wipe it all down.
Mm-hmm.
Now mask off the perimeter of the tub. So the wall gets masked off, only like 12 inches high with paper. The floor gets masked off. Everything in the bathroom is covered up. Plastic. You don't have to do anything. So the thing is, for customers, they don't have to do nothing but just allow me to come in. I cover everything up. They don't have to remove anything. And once that's done, I begin the
Mm-hmm.
priming process. So I give it about 3 coats primer, let it dry for about 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I wet sand it. Yes,
Yes.
yes. I
Okay.
work with some really amazing products, so I
Sounds
don't have to
like it.
wait like hours for the coats to dry in between, so I can coat it um, coat after coat. So it has about 3 coats primer. Then I let that
Mm-hmm.
dry, however long it takes to dry. I wet sand it, get just from the overspray or anything that might have fell down during the priming process. I wet sand it, dry it, and then I top coat it. So another 3 coats of the top coat, and that's like a porcelain bright white finish. And after that, I remove everything. I leave a glove on. I tell the customers 24 hours, but the paint that I use is a 10-hour cure, so it can be
Mm-hmm.
used 10 hours after I'm done. But I tell them 24 hours just to be
To be
safe.
safe.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I want them to be back to normal as soon as possible, especially for customers that have like 1 bathroom. So, but
Mm-hmm.
after that, all done. Only 2 things that can ruin a refinished tub is Comet and a bath mat.
Mm.
So yes, Comet is really
Really?
abrasive. So we grew up using Comet,
I was about to say
yeah,
I love me some
I
coffee.
know I did too until I got into this industry. But Comet do more harm than good. We used to pouring it on and walking off. So even for a tub that hasn't been resurfaced or recoated, it will ruin the finish eventually. Like over time, it eats through the enamel, it eats through metal, all of that stuff. So yeah, it's comic does a lot of damage over time.
Wow.
Okay, I need to
Good.
tell my daughter because I got her used to comic.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Sure.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
So
gosh.
that's for like pretty much any surface, like any tub that's even like brand new. It'll eventually like strip the outer layer because all
Mm-hmm.
tubs, well, the old school tubs, I don't know about the fiberglass. The old school tub, they all been like has like a baked ceramic coating on them. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'll eat through even that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what,
Wow.
we don't know.
and that's what stood out to me about Tim because Tim been in a renovation room. I think what, a little more than a year now, Tim.
Yeah, I think almost
About
2 years now.
2 years,
Time
going on
flies.
2 years. Time
Wow.
fly, man. And what I recognize is in the same way we talk about Sam and other specialists, you are an extreme
Mm-hmm.
specialist, and I really respect that because we get a lot of, and nothing against anybody about always
Right.
pressure by saying that, but some guys kind of try to be a jack of all trades and end up not mastering anything. You,
Absolutely.
you, like D with appliances and Sam with fences. You Tim with refinish tubs, cabinets and countertops. You stick to what you
Right.
specialize in, and you're a true artist at it. So that's what I recognize. And
Yeah, I appreciate
man,
that.
brother, I've seen your business grow. You do a great job at branding and advertising your business. And I think I saw that you had like a big like a hotel or motel job recently,
Man,
huh?
yes, sir. Man, many blessings. I appreciate that. But yes, man. It's it's a good word to have like a lot of jobs.
Yeah,
That's a good stress.
yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I would have started training a little bit sooner, but it's still difficult because I haven't utilized all the benefits that small businesses has. You know what I mean? Like as far as like credit. So I've been using everything straight out of pocket, straight from this job funds, the next job, that type of thing. So I've been
mhm,
training little by little.
yeah,
But yeah, man, just by me networking and talking to people. I see somebody dirty in the store. Hey, what do you do? So I'm always talking. And this guy I had my number for like 4 years ago, and I think I worked with him with when I was working with the company. So I wasn't even like independent yet, my own. And the guy called me after 4 years. He kept my number. So I did a good job for him many years ago, and he called me like, "Hey, you still resurface?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, more than ever." So he's like, "I got this job, man. It's a hundred bathtubs in a hotel." And I'm like,
wow,
"What?" I'm like, "Let's go." So
mhm,
Yeah.
it started.
Look at
Yeah, it
that.
started sooner than I thought. So it's
yeah.
going well, man. I'm 80 tubs in.
Nice, nice. Oh, you still on it? Oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
80 tubs in. So by me having residential client base, which is pretty much the majority of my business, I just let them know from the gate I'm gonna do, 1 week here with you, and then I got 1 week to take care of my other people. So I've been trying to do that, and it's been working out for the most part. It just life hits you sometime, and this month has been insane.
hmm,
This month has
yeah,
been insane.
yeah. And you know what, man? And I'll just say this real quick. I want you to realize, and I think I've shared this, but we always here in support, and then we got more things coming on, like you say, because you're not alone, man. It's a lot of you are up and coming business. When I say young, meaning you still got a lot
Yeah,
of growth to go. You are in a
absolutely.
great way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So as far as business credit, business funding, we had a tremendous funder on a couple of weeks ago that we're gonna link everybody with. So
Nice,
we're gonna
nice.
continue to come with more resources to help our business
Mhm.
grow and even
Yeah,
workplace training. So when you start hiring, we actually I think got next week got a interview event. I know you're busy, but we bringing in people because you eventually you want to scale and bring on workers and
yeah.
business. So we got your back, man. I say it like that.
Oh,
With the
absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I told you. That's why I'm like, man, I seen what you guys are doing at the renovation room, man. I want to be a part of it.
appreciate
So, so absolutely. That's amazing.
it. Yeah.
Now, how long have you been in the renovation room group?
Since 2022. Yeah.
Okay. And how did you hear about it?
A friend of mine, another contractor, they recommended me and they sent me an invite. So I think they are in the group, but I don't know if they are part of the association.
Mhm.
So,
Got
but yeah, they recommended me all those years ago, and yeah, it's been amazing since.
Yeah, and then Tim is like I say this, and I'm just gonna be honest. When it comes to this, he's such a professional at it. I mean,
Yeah.
just be honest. When it's time to
Appreciate
refer,
it.
I'm beneficial. I mean, and we got
Right.
others. I like,
Yeah.
I want to. This is your interview, your night. But Tim is
I
such a
appreciate it.
professional. And he's not just going to get a kit from Menards or Home Depot.
Right.
You hear he uses specialized equipment
Mhm.
and great quality
Right.
materials.
He
Like,
does this
yeah,
for real,
and I
I
don't think,
appreciate
professionally.
it.
and let me knock on some wood. I don't think the brother has had one complaint in the group. And if
I
and if
appreciate it.
and if I forgot about one, he might have had. I'm sure he handled it because I don't remember
Right.
any.
Yeah, I
You
try
know,
my best. Like we all make mistakes,
yeah, for sure.
stuff can go
Yes,
wrong, but it's what you do with it, and I really try my best. And that's one thing.
that part.
That's one thing for sure. Like I take, what I do, I take people hard-earned money serious, you know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, I'm using my skill to like help provide for my family, but I also acknowledge what I'm offering to people. So it's like, man, I really like they're my bosses, you know what I mean? So I really take that serious, and I know how hard people work for their money. So that's one thing that I
Yeah.
try my best, try
Hey,
my hardest with.
hey, said just said what up, man. He probably your top referrer. Either him or Derek said,
He did say that.
said
Oh
what's
yeah, oh yeah. I'll tell them what's up, bro. Yeah, oh definitely, man. Oh man, they have definitely sent a lot of good people my way, and I appreciate it. And I try to do the same as well. There's one thing I'm not on social media as much, but I try to pop in, and when I do, I'm definitely checking in because I know the guys. They do help. They do refer people every time they hear someone. I gotta tell, they definitely refer some of us who specialize in it. So
yeah.
man, I appreciate
Yes.
them
Are
for
you
sure.
taking photos of your work?
Yes, I do take photos of almost every
Okay.
job, and I kind of feel bad.
Yeah.
I haven't posted in like 6 months. It's been so crazy.
Yes. So we do show your work
Uh huh.
Sundays. Now we do marketing Mondays.
Uh huh.
So that's where you should continue just on those 2 days, if not
Right.
one day, and then you can schedule it on either
Right.
day. So that way, whenever you're on, schedule it for whenever. You don't have to do those
Okay.
2 days. You can do any day because you're part of the association.
Right.
But um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
get the word out, especially for countertops. I'm right now in the middle of trying to figure out what to do with the bathroom countertops
No.
in my daughter's room.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I should get them resurfaced
Yeah.
because I know that there's a
Yeah.
thing to do it. And just hearing you talk about it, I'm like, I'm just wondering. So tell me, like, pricing, not how much it
Right.
costs,
Yeah.
but is that like is that a, is it one of the things that people do to save money, or is it like, what do you
Yeah.
recommend?
I think so. When it comes down to almost, especially bathrooms, but countertops too. When it comes down to that, I think if someone go the route of painting, it's always to save money. Or maybe in some cases, it's a unique style and they don't want to get
Okay.
rid of it. But other than that, it is saving money. And then with countertops, I look at it as if, so whatever I do, if it comes relatively close to like replacing. So if I quote someone $200 to do a countertop in a bathroom just to make sense, if it's a small vanity, if you can replace that vanity with labor and material for like $300, then I would suggest just go ahead and replace it.
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah.
And but for something like that, yeah, that's usually how I look at it. Because
I hope you're not charging nobody $200 to paint
I
stuff.
shouldn't, but I do.
Yeah,
I should.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
And you know what? And Tim, and I'm glad you touched on that, Nita, because Tim, I had this conversation with a colleague who I won't mention by name, but a colleague that's kind of snobbish when it comes to refinishing cabinets. I'm all
okay.
for refinishing anything.
Me
Nita,
too.
like I say, I can go over and
We refinish
I go.
right.
our cabinets. So
Yeah, we
yeah,
did.
Yeah.
And we should have worked with Beneficial. I said that. They might
period.
be calling.
We
Oh, so
But
they look good.
still might because we need to get them
but
redone.
Okay.
but
So
honestly, I had this conversation I had with this gentleman. He
Uh-huh.
was he was like, oh man, you should buy new cabinets. I said, look, brother, everybody can't afford to buy a new set of cabinets for a kitchen,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
But
yeah, if they gonna pay for
Definitely.
them, we can get
right,
them.
but in our communities, you got a lot of first time home buyers. You got a lot of people that don't expect for things to cost what they cost. So where Tim comes,
Right.
and I use you as an example in this debate I was having with this gentleman.
Uh-huh.
Nita might know who it is, but I said, look, he gives an alternative to somebody that wants to beautify their kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? You know that you
Yeah.
can repair and refinish pretty much anything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You don't just because you can't snatch it
Anything.
out. And I've seen some of your work, and I'm like, wow, that looks like brand new cabinets.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so
Yeah.
yeah, you got a unique service that I think is definitely needed in our community and a lot of
Yeah.
communities. Anybody
Yeah.
want to save money or just don't want to rip because when you rip out cabinets, you got demo. You got
Yeah.
time constraints. Some you might have a family that can't afford to be without their kitchen for too long. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Absolutely.
And can
Absolutely.
I just
salute
add
to
to
you.
this?
That's
When
Appreciate it,
you
brother.
buy these things, when you buy products from the
Uh-huh.
store, they are ordered and they're custom ordered, but basically they are painting those
Yeah.
things
Yep.
anyway. They're not made from the
yeah,
ground that
You're right.
color.
Exactly.
They are being colored. They
Yep.
are
or
getting
face. Yeah,
painted.
Yep.
or
And you
face.
know,
Yeah, they're and so it's like if you get a professional, you can get the same grade or same
exactly.
quality type that you're getting
Yep.
from the stores. So you just have to make sure you hire the quality person
Absolutely.
or professional to do it.
Absolutely.
Not poking them.
And that, I mean, I get it too. Everybody has their budget, of course. So that's why I try to play in, and sometimes I do like undercut myself, and sometimes it'll I wouldn't say it'll show because every job, no matter what I do, if I do it, I have to like do my best. But at the same time too, um, I'm sometimes people if you do the research, then you'll know like what the price range is.
Hmm.
So a lot of times when I offer my prices and estimates, a lot of people that do research, they look at like, oh man, let me get this. This is steal. And then some people look at like, oh my gosh. But
Hmm.
what I try to offer people is the product that I use. It's a premium product, so I should be
Yeah.
charging more. But I am one person. I still want people to be able to see like what I'm offering. I want them to be able to tell their folks. I want them to tell the world because like when I paint something, even a kitchen cabinet, they like I the turnaround is pretty fast because like I said, when I first learned, the environment I learned in was so fast. It's like even though I'm slower now, I'm still punctual, I'm still fast, and it's like that's how I learn. So during the prepping process, I can prep. You will look and see like you have to do all this to paint these. You know what I mean? So the prep is a lot, but I still
The
do it.
prep takes
Oh my
longer
God.
than the actual the
The prep can
process.
take like
Okay.
16 hours and then I'll be painting and done in 4 hours. So
Yeah.
it's incredible, but it's still amazing to me. But the thing that I love that I offer, the product I use, it's amazing. That's why I don't go with no one else. I've been using the same product for 8 years is because the kitchen cabinets alone, like I know if you see a lot of cabinets that's been painted, even that when you buy them certain colors, you will eventually see scratching around the handles and different stuff like that. Or a lot of cabinets they have thermal seals on them, to where like they have this protective seal on them that it'll start peeling after so many years too. But the paint that I use is so durable that you can take a key to it and scratch, and I mean it's nothing. So I mean it gets beautiful like from the day that I finish, and weeks on it's still curing. So it's getting tighter and tighter on the surface, and it looks so beautiful even like 3 years later. I mean it's amazing. And like I said, if I wasn't using something like that, I'll probably be doing something else right now.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure. Yeah, you
So
go
when
ahead, Nate. I'm sorry.
So when you get to someone that has cabinets that want you to refinish the cabinets and they already are
Mhm.
painted, what do you do? What is the process for that? Do
Uh,
you make the you have to sand them down?
yes.
What do you have to do?
So the good thing about it is every job is the same process. So brand new
Okay.
cabinets, stained cabinets, painted cabinets, I sand them.
Got
So I guess the worst thing would be if it was just like a horrible paint job to where it's like super thick, some bad crappy paint quality. Um, and that'll I guess I'll know once I start sanding, but that'll probably
right.
be the worst. But outside of that, I'm doing the same process. I'm sanding them. After I'm sanding, I have to like brush them down, clean them off, vacuum them, then clean them with like an acetone or lacquer or something that's gonna make sure there's no grease and everything like that. And then I prime them. So the good thing about it is I use the same product for tubs, countertops, cabinets. Same company, they're just formulated different for whatever I'm using, whatever I'm doing. So yeah, but yeah, that's the process. So once I do that, gets prime 3 coats or however coats is needed, and then top coat about 3 coats. So it's very durable. It's very nice after that.
Yeah. For
Okay.
sure, for sure. Yeah, and I just want to say, first of all, I listened from the beginning, and I kind of knew your story from you talking before. I
Yeah,
love the route that you took and started with a company and learning a craft and taking that time, and then you said, okay, I want to go off and start doing this on my own because you
yeah,
got that necessary foundational training and techniques and saw how they ran their business
yeah.
and some things you would do the same or different.
Right,
Um, and then
absolutely.
And then one other piece of advice I have for you, brother. I got a ton of respect for you, man. I'm watching you get better and better every time you post and every time we talk.
Uh-huh.
One thing that I impart on you, man, that I would have told a young me is to know your worth. You know what I mean? Don't ever like you know the difference between I'm sure
Yeah.
you know the difference between helping somebody and then somebody trying to take advantage of you.
Right.
And you I'm sure you probably could pick it out. Unfortunately there are people out there that try to play those games, and I
Uh-huh.
really don't I don't like that because it hurts those that really need and want the help.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, brother, know your worth. Don't ever let nobody browbeat. And I know you probably know this, but
You
yeah,
telling me some good things
know
though.
your
So
worth, man. You know, and don't. And here's the thing, and something I've learned
mhm.
tremendously: know how to say no. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Fool.
I'm telling you, yeah, know how to say right,
Yeah, man.
meeting.
No, yeah, because like you
I
said,
say,
I've heard, I can see it, but like you said, it means a lot when you hearing it from somebody that you know been there. And, you know, I look at you guys as like a mentors already, and yeah, everything I took already a lot of consideration. Even our conversation we had, whether it was short or quick, we talked a few times. And I even took consideration to like some things that you already told me. So
Yeah,
it feels good to hear that and know it because it it's true, it's real.
yeah. When we talk, I was very excited, man. Because I had, man. I don't never really when we started the association. First of all, thank you for joining. Like
Man, it's been a
really,
pleasure.
it was like because I'm a little older than you, so I don't know if you remember the Thundercats or Transformers and them old cartoons. But I see certain superstars at crafts, and
Uh-huh.
it comes to Refinishing. I gotta have Beeneficial, but I'm not gonna. I don't browbeat nobody. I
Right.
just say this is what we got to offer. You welcome whenever you want to join. So when me and you had that conversation, I believe over a year ago, I
Mhm.
was very happy, very excited, man. I'm still looking forward
Yeah,
to
I
us
appreciate it.
officially meeting and
Yeah, yeah,
same.
benefits and assistance we can offer
yeah.
because I see you, and like always say, you don't be afraid to reach out, but
Mhm.
you're gonna grow a ton, bro. Like your company and your brand is gonna be a huge brand, and eventually you probably won't be spraying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I appreciate it. Look at that. Look, even if that's true, I'm
you
like,
still
let
want
me
to
see what
spray?
else I can do. Yeah, let me
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
think you can teach
yeah, yeah,
classes,
yeah.
seeing that seem like you have a gift and you love doing it. You could teach young people
Yeah,
on how to do
yeah,
it too,
Yes, you know what?
and maybe have your own
yeah.
Yeah,
crew.
you know what? I had a opportunity. I worked for a property owner. One of my longest clients. He called me every time he has a flip or he has a tenant needs something done. And one of his tenants work at a CPS school. I did a job like a month ago, and she's like, "Hey, we have all these trades and firemen's always no." She said we have always all these firemen's and police come talk to the students. She like we never have tradesmen come. She like, how what would you think about coming? I'm like, that'll be an honor. So I'm hoping that she calls me. That will be
Yes.
a pleasure. I would love to do something like that, but it's a high school. I can't remember which one in the city. But yeah, she said that, so I'm looking forward to something like that
You
too. So
know what? I need to do that because somebody else just told me their son was not going to college. He was going to do a
uh,
trade. And I was like, we need to get more in the high schools and talk to these
yeah,
young men
yeah,
and women
yeah,
and really show them that it's okay. A
absolutely,
lot of people are not meant to go to
yeah,
college. They don't want to
Yeah.
go.
yeah, absolutely,
They want to start their own business or work with their hands,
absolutely,
and they can go to a trade school to learn
yeah,
these things. So,
yeah,
and I think we do as people, we want to make sure we tell kids go to college, go to college, go to
yeah,
college, and that may not be their
right,
ministry. So I think that's a great
yeah,
thing for
absolutely,
you to go and talk to them and let them know that some of these kids are uber
yeah,
talented,
oh yeah,
and want to make sure you grab that while
yes,
while they're
Yeah,
young.
yeah, we
absolutely,
actually got an event coming up. I believe I'm finally going to do it at my old high school. I went to Thornton High School on
oh
April
nice,
29th. And Jason's been asking me every year, so I think we're going to participate this year.
nice,
And he asked me to bring tradesmen from the renovation room. He said that
oh wow,
the kids need to see it, like y'all saying. And
yeah,
then we also
Yeah,
work with Metropolitan Family Services, who does workplace training. I think next week,
yeah,
the week after, they
wow,
have mock interviews for people looking to get into the trades, going through their training program.
yeah,
We had dealing from vertical plumbing and some other tradesmen last year. So man, and that's where your growth can come
good,
in. You can talk to us or interview some young people, and
yeah,
somebody might be interested in getting to what you're doing. And
hmm
it's a medium to long range thing. It ain't gonna be
yeah.
overnight. but you
Yeah,
start building
absolutely.
processes and relationships, bro. So yeah, I see it, man. That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
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 Same. I love
for
that.
yeah.
sure.
Definitely appreciate you guys. It's been a pleasure to be in the room. And so like
So somebody just asked a question before. They said it's on cabinets, which is awesome. Does he do anything custom with custom closets? What do you mean, like putting them together or painting? I don't know what that custom closet is.
right, maybe referring to like
Like,
maybe
man.
building. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not building cabinets; they are resurfacing and
Oh yeah, and
refinishing
that's brother
cabinets.
Stacy Chambers.
So
What's going on,
Stacy.
Stacy? Stacy was a past sponsor for a couple of our picnics a couple of
Yeah,
years.
I know
He used to come out
Oh,
there with the
nice.
old black dog. I don't know if you've been to one, but what's up, Stacy? Um, but yeah, man. But yeah, we appreciate you, bro. But go ahead. You were saying something. You were saying something. Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was saying as far as like how you was mentioning like some guys they are jack of all trades. Only thing I would say, and this doesn't go to contractors, it does not go out to anybody who's trying to do something, but for the customers at least, for the people that I can at least reach is like as far as this group specifically, I sometimes I feel for the customers who um I'm trying to see how to put this. Um No, some people I know a lot of people are using those kits at the store,
Mm-hmm.
right? I would say if those kits did work, then I would recommend them. I would say, yeah, if I'm busy or you can't reach the other guys who professionally resurface tubs, then yeah, you can have someone do that. But I've seen it to where like at least I would say 60% of my jobs is going behind
Mm-hmm.
jobs like that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
costing the customer more.
Mhm.
Just because I feel like those kits are more so like DIY. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So
Like do it yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a band-aid, literally. So if it's like if someone go and do it on their own, they're just out of $50. Well, the kit costs $50, but they'll be out of stripping charges. But still, if they still wouldn't feel like, oh, I was charged $300 to get a tub done, and have to get it done months
Right.
after. So that's why I feel I've even had it to where I'm not charging some of my customers to strip, and that hasn't been fair to me. But I just feel so bad for the person because they didn't know.
Well,
You know what I
well, see,
mean?
Tim is nice. I'm gonna take it from here. I'm gonna take it from here, bro. Tim is nice. I'm a nice guy too, but I learn to speak my mind.
Yeah, he's
I learn
nice.
to let you know. And we have moderated instances where people use the kits and then start stripping and within a year it's bad and it end up bad. What he's saying is, and I want people to understand this, there's a difference between getting a kit from Menards or Home Depot, even hiring somebody to do that, and what Tim does.
Right,
Tim is
Yeah,
a professional.
because it's not a
I want
commercial
people to
brand. It's
understand. Tim
a.
is a professional tub refinisher. Like he does. It's a process,
Mm-hmm.
and he uses special. That's like okay. I equate it to this. I'm glad you said that. I got you, brother. Yo, I'll take the stars for this one. If you hire somebody to refinish your hardwood floors, there's a difference between somebody that rent equipment to do that and somebody that has all that equipment and bring it to your place and it's done over 1,000 floors,
right,
right? The result and how long it lasts and the warranty. And again, he's
That's
telling y'all,
true.
man, just be careful and vet, please. This is to everybody in the renovation room and the contractors that do this. You understand your price. You might even try to undercut Beneficial or whoever. I'm
right,
just gonna say it, but understand if somebody come back within a year. And they complain about that job that they got through the renovation room. Will be in a group meeting as we do all the time, and we have no
right,
problem holding people accountable. So thank you for mentioning that, bro. Because we have had a
right.
few of these, and I got a couple of names in my mind on a couple
Yeah,
of brothers that need to go ahead and just get the train.
yeah.
I'm saying it. That's what we on.
Right, yeah, yeah, but I know some people feel it, but like I said, it was like a more like a DIY type of thing. But I bought stuff that I personally use from like myself or something else that has nothing to do with like resurfacing. And I'm like, hey, why are they selling this in the store? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I've learned. I mean, I've learned my lesson. I've learned, and I see like I had a goal. Like I said, my overhead and profit and all that stuff. It hasn't been as bad as someone who say got 10 employees. You know what I mean? So it's been me.
Mm-hmm.
It's cost, but at the same time, I had a goal to where I want to stamp the name and let people know what I'm doing. So I try my best to look at ways to like evolve and make it even better and do even better on each job. So yeah, that's what that plays a part. So I'm definitely, it's costing more, everything is going up, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're still saving money. Like, you're still saving thousands of dollars on resurfacing, especially tubs and bathrooms. Like, as you know, I don't know if people are aware, but a brand new tub can be anywhere 1,500 or more. Especially
Oh,
knocking out.
what's up?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
with the plumbing, because in most cases it's porcelain
Dang.
tub. So especially in those cases, to break those out, and then the plumbing alone, it's like over $1,000 in most cases. Then you got, and then they don't even sell those tubs anymore. So most people, they know that, so they want to keep those porcelain tubs and getting it done.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, to redo those nice tubs,
yeah,
absolutely. Because I'm like, are you saying replace it with these little cheapy tubs now
yeah.
that they
But yeah,
sell?
even
Wow,
replacing it with those, like with the plumbing and all of that, and then with the demolition, yeah,
Yeah.
easily looking at those
wow.
numbers. Yeah,
Yeah,
easily.
so I got somebody else that's glad that you mentioned that Derek Hammond, man, because he been in. He started laughing when I kind of went in, but Derek know too, because you know about them disputes that we've had to moderate. So we got a professional brother on here that know what he doing, and I've
Hey, what's
learned
up, Derek?
tonight for sure. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Yeah, yeah,
and that's what this is about, bro.
yeah,
And I'm joking. I'm serious,
yeah.
but I'm being a
Right,
little,
right,
but that's what these live in the renovation room is about too. We want to educate
right.
and learn. Like I'm sitting here taking notes as you talking. I
Oh
do.
wow.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I seek to learn every
I
day, bro. You know
right.
what I'm
Absolutely,
saying? Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So your customer base, are you like all of Chicagoland? Are you north, south, east,
Yeah.
west?
So I've been all of Chicagoland my entire career. I think the furthest I've went so far is this hotel, which is 70 miles from me.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's going west, like towards Rockford. So
Ooh.
I can definitely feel a difference. Like, I always been on the road, so it's been, every time I go out though, every job is at least 40 miles. So when I go out to service the customers, many people from the renovation room, it's at least 40 miles. So the drive one way is an
Really?
hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been hauling. I don't even want to. I wish I knew the number of how many miles I probably drive a year, or even in a month. But
Yeah, you
but
got to get this app that Trudy recommended for
is
us
it
that I took off my
the
phone.
mile something,
Mob
right?
IQ. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah,
You just never know how much you're actually doing because it's a habit for you just to get in the car and go somewhere. And now
absolutely.
you're like, oh wait, was that work?
Yeah,
So it's a
yeah.
lot and you spend a lot of money in
Absolutely,
that car.
absolutely.
Truck, yeah.
So yeah, I would try to do a lot more advertising. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
No, I was
Calvin.
gonna say we ain't gonna want to keep you. So it's up to you. The floor is yours.
Yeah, yeah. I
Go
just
ahead.
So yes,
uh,
anything else you want to say?
no, but I will start doing a lot more posting, just because it's so much that can be done within what I do already. So like the countertops and like the system that I use, it can be completely customizable. I try to there's some jobs where I paint a towel white and I put a strip of like what I usually put on countertops on it. So it's so much stuff that can be done with what I'm doing. So just trying to I guess experiment with that and be able to showcase it.
Yeah,
Like I said, the floors and all that.
I really
I know you mentioned
yeah the
epoxy
kitchen.
Right.
too. Are you doing that type of epoxy
Yes.
countertops too?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
that
will be
kitchen
doing more.
that kitchen cabinet
I
piece,
like
bro. I think that's especially as we getting into the unknown as far as our economy going forward,
Uh
bro.
huh.
I really think that refinishing in that especially kitchen, because kitchen cabinets aren't cheap
Right.
of kitchen.
Right.
So
No,
I think if you
not at all.
because tub refinishing, not to minimize it, but it's pretty much
Yeah.
the same finish every time. And I know you do
Yep.
the but that kitchen cabinets piece, bro. If you and you
Oh
already
yeah.
that's another thing too. I love how you market your brand first. That's another
Yeah.
thing. I think I wish a lot of other brothers or sisters would do market your brand. You always market as beneficial and post as beneficial.
Yeah.
Is it
So I'm glad
beneficial?
you
Thank you.
said that, because
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of where I guess it's potato, because so beneficial, I guess
Benefit.
you can it could be beneficial or beneficial. I just let the customer go with it however they see it. But my last name is Beene. So let me see if you can see. So it just, my last name is Beene.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but I was like I said, I was trying to find out the best name possible for that really explains the business. So I stumbled upon that one day, and I was like, this is
Mhm.
perfect. I just added an E to the word beneficial, and that's how I really look at it. I look at it as being a two-way. You know, I'm benefiting from this, and the customer is benefiting because it, like I said, it's something that's not just a quick fix. It's a long and it's a lasting and beautiful like finish. So we both benefiting from it, and you know, I really appreciate every customer and every job. So
For sure. Well,
I
What
love
can
that.
and what can people find you, man? Your socials, your website, or anything? What can
uh yeah, so on Facebook, I believe it's just Beeneficial LLC, and
Yep.
on TikTok this TikTok is really cool because if you go on there, it's Beneficial One. And I
okay?
think that's the whole thing. So beneficial with just an extra E. And but yeah, I have a lot of videos. You can see a lot of different transitions on TikTok. I had a little fun with that. I need to post more. So, but yeah, and then Instagram is Beneficial LLC, but I don't post as much on that one.
Okay, but TikTok, because what we gonna do too is when we gonna of course share this and reformat it. We gonna make sure to put all your links on there too.
Okay,
And I
perfect.
love you mentioned TikTok. That's why I was a little slow to that. Over
Oh
there,
yeah,
room is on TikTok, and I know you younger generation, y'all really on there. Y'all know how to market on there and showcase your work. So
yeah, yeah,
respect for that for sure.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else.
Well, man, we
Excuse me,
appreciate
man.
it,
Getting over the
bro.
cold.
Man, we appreciate it. I know that was another thing. My brother wasn't feeling too well, but he
Yeah.
made
Oh, you was
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this actually the best I felt since Friday. I was at the hotel last week, and my fiance like he's so into now because I don't get sick at all, and I just push and push even if I'm sick or going through something. That's another thing is it's hard. I really want to be able to relax. Like the last few weeks, this last month has been incredible. I lost my uncle, and then I had a baby. Appreciate that. I had a baby and lost my uncle within the same 2 weeks,
Wow.
and then
oh,
caught
hear
COVID.
that.
So it's been so much, but I haven't had the time to take off. I only took off 3 days when I had my baby. So I was hoping my fiance was okay, but she like understands, but at the same time it can be frustrating because the business is going well and it's just me. So it's really hard. I don't think some people they don't understand, but I try to push through it no matter what's
You
going
gonna have to
on.
wear some mask out there with these
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Well,
I
you know, I don't know. So you had COVID and you had a new
yeah,
baby.
I went into
Oh,
it.
this is
I went in,
nice. I'm sorry. I'm all
I
over the
went into
place. I'm looking at your
Oh yeah, it's
TikTok.
really cool. Check it out. And the videos are so cool. They dope. I try to. That's why I haven't made them because it takes so much effort. I really want them to
Yeah.
be nice, but I really want to show because one thing is I want to set up to where some people show. I want to show how much really goes into what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I have very few videos that does that, but because I ruin all my cameras. I ruin everything because the paint that I use. Another thing about it is I have to over prep because it's more like smoke. It's not like a paint sprayer that'll probably go like 2 feet from where you spraying. It literally will go on the doors, on in cab. It'll go everywhere. So I have to over prep, and then so it ruins phones. My phones be in my pocket with a suit on, and it still gets in my speaker.
Oh my
So
goodness. Oh, so you
it,
got to put up plastic on walls and
oh
everything,
man,
right?
I have to quarantine. I have to close off exits, everything.
Oh my
It's
goodness, yeah, bro. Know your worth. Like somebody
it's
said,
it's
Naya said, she said in the comments, Nita, you better
I
you. She
saw.
said you better charge your worth, sir. That's Naya. Naya's not
Yeah.
yeah, because you doing a lot, man.
yeah,
And another piece of advice, and you know, but you going out right now, you grinding, but eventually you don't want to burn out, bro. So
yeah,
let's after this, me and you, let's get together, man, and conversate on ways that we could be helpful to you as far as like it's a lot of thing ways, man.
yeah,
Admin, anything, bro. And I ain't
yeah.
talking about. I'm talking about just advice.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, not and I'm man, I'm all for it,
sure.
brother. Like you say, cons- uh, I can take it. What do you call it? Criticism. Like I'm open to all of that. Because I'm looking to learn and grow. You know what I mean? I don't even doing what I'm doing. I know it's still a lot to learn, and I'm still amazed. Like I'll do a kitchen, and I've probably done over hundreds of kitchens, and I'm still like, wow. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah,
I'm still there with it. So I'm really humble though.
yeah.
I'm really humble about it because though I have to make the money, like I still don't think about the dollar. I'm really worried about where we going and where we could be. You know what I mean? So they said a lot too about the customers and people I deal
Yeah,
with. So
yeah, we appreciate your time, bro.
now I appreciate
We
you guys.
appreciate
Appreciate you
you.
guys. I want to show y'all my little mascot I'm working on.
Oh, wow, that little tub. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yours is the
that.
lion. That's right. The
Yep,
lion is
yep,
your
yep. So
sweet.
I got that from a
I love
job.
that.
It was outside in the garden. I'm like, hey, that's cool. He's like, you want it? I was gonna throw it out. I'm like, yeah, let me get it. You know,
That is
Yeah,
lion the trap.
perfect.
There's a lion sitting in the tub, man. How
get
perfect is
out
Like,
of
that?
where
here.
would you find something like
Yeah,
that? That is
it's
so
But your
amazing.
rare.
mascot is the lion, ain't it? Your mascot is a lion, ain't it?
Yep, yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Hey, come
perfect,
on,
bro.
man. Lion the tribe
That's
of Judah.
perfect.
It don't
And
get
a
no better than
tub.
that.
It don't get no better.
Well, man, we
Wow.
appreciate you, dog. Like I said, we
Appreciate you.
gonna man, we gonna get it together, put all the links and everything, and
Okay.
man, we here for you, bro.
I appreciate
You know,
y'all, man. This was fun, man. I had a great time, like I knew I would. It was definitely a pleasure. I appreciate you, the exposure too. I'm forever grateful for that. So I appreciate what y'all
my
doing.
man. Thank you, bro. All right, man. Love.
We really truly
Thank y'all.
appreciate
All
you.
All
right.
right, love.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too, bro.
All right.